Yeah, so it's so nice to see you again. A blessing for today's interview. We're excited to have you here to share about your experiences studying in China. Before that, maybe you can like explain a little bit about where you come from and also where you are right now and like which university are you studying at?
First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here to share my experiences with you. I'm Blessing, and I'm from Zimbabwe, and I've stayed there my whole life, although I've like traveled a bit. Currently in China right now, studying Chinese. Although I recently graduated like 2 months ago, so I decided to stay a little longer to study Chinese. And I'm studying at Shandong University of Economics and Finance. And okay, we haven't started our classes yet, but maybe we're gonna start from Monday or next week around that time.
Cool. So when did you first came to China? Was it for your bachelor's program?
Yes, I came here for 2019 in April,
Okay.
bachelor's degree.
And then were you there during COVID as well, or were you back home in Zimbabwe during COVID?
Obviously, I was right there when it started, when it ended. Like, I was there through the whole process. Like, even though at first it was not easy at all. Like, everything just changed. Like, the way of our living, like, it really changed a lot. Like, it really
Yeah.
changed a lot. It wasn't easy, but at the end of the day, we managed to go through it. Like, we are still here.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's definitely a big challenge and big changes as well, right? Especially in the early part of it because it's so new to like everybody, mostly to like every country. So they are like I think juggling on how they should like handle this virus and everything.
Exactly. That's very true because like most of the businesses stopped. Like now
Yeah,
that are starting and everything was just different and new to everyone.
that's right. So how was your classes back then? Because you were in China, right? So were you? I guess you're also experiencing online classes despite you being in China. So how was the experiences for that?
Uh, the experience of studying online, I mean, it had its advantages and disadvantages. But then at first, it was very difficult, like studying online. Like it was very, very difficult because like before we were used to being in class, with everyone. Like I understood better when I was in class. But then now with the online classes, you have a laptop in front of you. Like sometimes the network will be tripping. Like so,
Yeah.
difficult in the beginning. But then as on like I think we got used to it. Like it was actually fun and sometimes comfortable because you just wake up on your bed and just start attending classes instead of waking up, studying an hour and go to class all the way to class. So I feel like it has its advantages and disadvantages and all the same as we got used to the process of studying online. I feel like it was good because we get to be introduced to like using like different like electronics, because I know some people they're doing the same much. But okay, I'm just gonna say like we got to then like a lot of experience, like just communicating online and everything.
Yeah. So what program did you study for your bachelor's level?
I studied e-commerce.
Oh, e-commerce. Cool. And then I'm also curious like about the reason why you choose China to study. I mean, Zimbabwe and to China, that is far away. I know it's a far journey to travel
Mhm.
from any African countries to China. So like, why did you choose China in the first place? And how was your first experiences when you first came to China in 2019?
To be honest, like I've always wanted to come to China, like since I was young, like since I was growing up, like always wanted to come here because we used to see Chinese building like on TV and everything. Like so, as a kid, you just be like, you know what, I want to go to that country. So and also I have like some of my close family members that came here that studied in China, worked in China, and they really told me like good things about China, like the experiences. So I just wanted to explore that for myself and see everything for myself. And another reason was when I finished my high school, I wanted to study business, and I thought China would be like a good place to study business, considering that it involves like business, e-commerce, like everywhere around China. So I thought being in China would be the best. I think basically that's it. And then when I came here at first, it wasn't easy. I mean, it was kind of cold, and getting used to the cold and everything, and the environment, the new people and everything. It wasn't easy, but at the same time, it was really nice, like having to experience all those things.
Yeah.
as a child. That's pretty much what I say.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there are like huge differences, especially in terms of culture, in terms of food, language, and everything between Zimbabwe to China. So, like, do you have any experience on that? Any maybe culture shock or food shock or whatever?
I've got a lot of things to say about that. Like, of course, the cultures are very like they're far apart. Like they're very very different. I must say,
Yeah,
like the cultures are very different, but then at the same time, like I'm that one person that that wants to learn like other things, like other people's cultures and everything. And I feel like coming here was the best because I get to like meet new people, with there's different characters, and you have to learn. I learned a lot of things from those people, and also with the food. Like at first, I didn't like it, but then like as time as time passed, like I actually have like some of my like Chinese like favorite dishes. I feel like at first it was like kind of difficult and very strange because I remember like I used to like sleep in the morning, like I
yeah,
couldn't sleep. Like it was very difficult. But then as time went on, like I adjusted to everything, the food and the environment and the people, and most of all, like some of the people that I met, like they were really nice, like they were really welcoming. And I have like some Chinese friends that will introduce me to some like this weird food, but then now very like interesting. You seeing me like in a Chinese restaurant, like dipping in that food. So
so yeah, it's nice to see how you finally adjusted to life and maybe like you. I guess you have like some of your most like favorite Chinese food right now.
chow mein, I really love chow mein and
Malatang, yeah, I love malatang too, but without the mala.
I really like those. I really like those. And their soup, like, when they're serving like this soup they give you before you start eating your whole meal. Like, I really like the soup.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. If you ever visit Beijing, you should try Beijing Kaoya. That's like bomb. That's the best.
It's funny, I've been here for almost 4 years, but I haven't been to Beijing. I don't know why. But I
All right. So yeah, basically, how was your study experience? How do you think your study experience was at Shandong University during the 4 years of studying your bachelor's program?
must say it was like really eye opening for me because
Hmm.
at first you were there as a student, you're very young and everything, then you're meeting new people and everything, like you're trying to get used to the environment at the same time you're trying to learn. But
Yeah.
then I must say that some of our teachers, like they made us really comfortable. They welcomed us very nicely. And you know, so I would say like the experience was really, at first it was very difficult, but then like, we got used to everything and they helped us go through everything and even our studies because we only learned in class for like a year, like the first
Hmm.
year, like
Yeah, yeah.
started, like in December 2019. Yeah. So before, like even in class, like they would really help us a lot. Like when you don't understand, like you have time, they'll ask you, okay, if you don't understand this, just come or call me anytime and all those things. Although they gave us a lot of homework, which I didn't like, but at the end of the day, it really helped us as students. Like it really helped us. And there's sometimes like, it can just be difficult. Like you just cannot understand anything, especially Chinese. Oh, no. So then it's just be like giving up. But then at the end of the day, like they really helped us like to go through everything like step by step. Yeah. I'm really grateful for them.
That's nice. How's your Chinese as well? Because I heard that bachelor students are actually required to pass HSK 4 at the end of your studies. So how's your Chinese so far?
You shouldn't have asked me that. My Chinese is, I would say terrible. It's very terrible. Like, okay, sometimes I understand, but then now saying it now, like, like the pronunciations, it's very difficult. So that is why, like, just to stay a little while and learn more about this language.
Yeah, it is indeed a difficult language, but I think once you are able to speak Chinese, it's gonna take you anywhere.
Trust me, like I'm realizing it now that learning Chinese like is the best thing because like you get opportunities everywhere. Like
Yeah, exactly.
now it's too late for me. Like, okay, okay, fine. Let me start learning Chinese. But if I knew all of these things, like, I would have been more serious, this year.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Because you got like another year to learn Chinese, right? So I think you can use this opportunity to like speed up your level so that you can be fluent in everything.
Yeah, that's true. Now I know better.
All right. So, for from 4 years living there in Shandong, how do you like it overall? Like, if you could give like a rating from 1 to 10, what would it be?
Okay, in my school, I would say okay, with experience and everything, like of course there are good times and bad times, but then
Yeah.
above all, I would say like I enjoyed it, like maybe 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Most
That's
of it
great.
was having friends around you and everything like that's what made the whole experience like manageable and enjoyable and everything. And
Yeah.
here in like I would say, okay, I haven't experienced much because I haven't like traveled a lot, even though I've traveled a bit, like in a few cities. But then I would say like maybe 8.5 so far because I me. And the other thing I really liked about being here was the safety. Like that's one thing like I realized when I came here, like it's really safe, like in the sense that you can walk anywhere, like around anywhere, whether it's
Yeah.
during the day, like it's very safe. Like it's the most safest place that I've ever been to. Like
Mm-hmm.
they always come the police everywhere to ensure safety, and I haven't like encountered any robbery or assault when I was working. So like I must say that one is really like a 10 out of 10 for me. Like it's very safe, and also like the lifestyle here, like I mean you cannot get something like that at home. Like you always
Mm.
with your parents, you don't go anywhere or come back at 6 or do this and that. Like, but then here, like, I feel like the lifestyle is very good. Like, there's so many places to visit, like so many good places and everything. Maybe like the environment is very clean because I'm always seeing like the usually like cleaning up every day in the morning, like throughout the road. Like it's very clean. Like the entire place is very clean. Like that's what I really like about this country. And also, like, apart from the food, of course,
Yeah.
like, it's fast and everything is very convenient. Like, they make everything so convenient for everyone. Like, in terms of transport, like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of transport bikes. You can literally just pay 2 pounds just to go from one place to another. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very convenient. That's what I really like about it. And even the housing, like the cost of everything is just affordable. Like is just like perfect. Like it's very nice and everything. So in that, I think I'll just read like 11 out of
11.
that because yeah, I really appreciated that.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome to know that like you have all these good experiences and values toward China. And I completely agree with the safetiness. It's like it's very, very safe, and I sometimes it put me in awe as well because I compare the safetiness with my own country, Indonesia, and I don't feel like I can walk around in the middle of the night alone as a woman because something bad might have happened to me. But that was not happening in China, and it was super safe. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's just really good to have all these experiences, especially as a woman, right?
that's true. That's true. That's true.
All right. So, two final questions. So, how is the situation right now in Shandong? Because I feel like everybody is curious about how's the situation in China right now, and especially maybe after they like open up the border more and more and like delaying the quarantine regulations and stuff. So, how is it going there?
At this side, I feel like cause since was it that a few months ago when they just decided to open up everything,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
the nuclear test and all
Yeah.
that. It was stressing, like having to go outside to just do that thing and come back. So I feel like things I started to get back to normal, which is a good because now like we can like go back, like just really like go anywhere. Because before like you would need like sort of things like COVID test or whatever
Yeah.
just to
Mhm.
like just a nearby city. But now I feel like everything is getting back to normal now, and it's a really a good thing. And soon we'll be starting our offline classes, which is very good. But at the same time, we're not too comfortable being in the house and learning online. But I feel like it'll be a very good thing because now once the borders are open, most people will come back, and yeah, so that this thing is really like it's getting better.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm happy as well because China is finally opening up, so more and more people can come back to China, and especially students who have been locked out outside of the country for too long already, for far too long. I think it's great that they can actually come back and study offline and experience life in China. I think that's the best part of everything.
Exactly. Because, you know, like when we came here, like I have like some friends, like we came here together 2019, and then December they decided to go home for a holiday and
Yeah.
then not come back.
Yeah.
Imagine you just spent 1 year in China and then now you're graduated. So like it was
That's right. Okay, one final question. Want to answer that in your local language as well? That's fine. So that the audience from Zimbabwe they can if you have any tips or advice for future international students, and then you can answer this in English, obviously. But if you want to answer this in your local language as well, feel free to, so that the other students in Zimbabwe they can learn more from you.
okay. Okay. First, okay. I'll start with English and then I'll. Okay. So I would say studying abroad, like it really helped me. Like it really opened up my mind and everything. Like I get to experience like all of these things. You know, being all alone here, like it made me like realize like most of the things that I was missing when I was home. Because you know, at home, like everyone would just be trying to protect you. You're this little child, but then now being here in a different country or by yourself, like it helps you grow, like get out of your comfort zone, you know. So I would advise the people that are back home that are wanting to study here in China or anywhere abroad, like to really take that opportunity to learn and experience because you learn more. Like the more you go somewhere, like the higher you go, the more experience you get. And I would say for people who want to come here in China, like if you want to come, just come. Like it's like an experience, like different things, different cultures, you know, and see all these beautiful cities. This place is really nice. It's really amazing. Like kind of like these like even though like there's some ups and downs, but then it's really worth. So we are nearly guys. Like we are nearly. I think that's all.
Okay, so is that all, or do you want to continue your answers?
Pretty much. Pretty
Okay,
much.
cool. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, Blessing. It's been really nice talking to you. So I hope you have an amazing time there in Shandong and you can learn Chinese and maybe finish your HSK 5 or HSK 4 in a year or maybe HSK 6. Who knows, right?
Me too. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to hear your stories and your experiences.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Blessing. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.